Recently Nick Cannon was on the Breakfast Club hot radio show that comes on in New York with Charlemagne. What's that dude name? The little DJ that's on there, and Angela Yee. And he was saying how he's tired of seeing a lot of slavery movies and how, they'll drop 2 or 3 of them a year, and, he doesn't want to see that. He wants to see, movies of maybe, kings and queens, black kings and queens, and, like the whole Cleopatra thing. He went on and on about how he's in the works of creating those type of movies and movies of, different substance besides the slavery movies we've been seeing. He threw a couple of little hints out there, like The Butler and 12 Years a Slave, and what's the other joint, Django and everything. And we've had a lot of those videos, movies this year, depicting this whole slavery type of lifestyle and how we come from the bottom. But I think I see where he was coming from with it, but I don't think he fully understands the overall picture. And like I said, being someone that works within the entertainment field, whether it be in movie production, marketing, promotion, or the music side, I feel like us as black people, we need balance, and I think that's something that is extremely lacking within the black entertainment field. I can get where he's saying how, there's a lot of slavery things, slavery movies out now with, the Yes Sir Ma'am and all that type of stuff. We saw The Help a couple of years ago. I think that was last year, or it might be 2011, but we saw The Help, the Django. It was another joint where they was talking about the Black Panthers, which I thought that was a real good movie. But we had 12 Years a Slave, the Butler, and it is starting to become a lot. But a part of me says that, we need to see a lot of those slavery movies and, where we come from. Because I think, our generation, especially my generation, we tend to think because we're able to, go to prestigious college, like a Princeton or something like that, or a UCLA, which they're not letting any black people in. A lot of people don't know that, but USC or UCLA or one of those type of colleges, or maybe because we're able to make millions of dollars, or because it's simply 2013 that we feel like we live in a post-race society, or slavery doesn't exist nowadays. And a lot of our people within the black community, we feel like we don't have to not only learn our history, but not analyze the way a lot of that stuff still goes on today. And I made a previous video talking about how slavery has not gone anywhere and how it's just institutionalized now, and that's really the way it is. We're not out there in cotton fields or getting whipped by the slave master, so to say, but we do still live in slavery. We can look at the industrial system right now, and how young black males are being targeted, black people in general, but especially young black males are being targeted to be put in the penitentiary for basically a profit and for them to work for 35 cents a day. So a lot of this stuff is still going on. I feel like a lot of our people need to see where we come from and really analyze it and learn our history. Now, that being said, I think we need versatility. One thing that people don't talk about as far as black films that are coming out now, we hear about the slavery movies, or the coon and buffoon, movies like Soul Planet or Medea movies or whatever. But a lot of times we don't talk about these romantic comedies that have been coming out. Although the movie The Best Man 2 just came out, Best Man Holiday, great movie, go check it out. I went to go check it out. It was a real good movie. But we have movies like that. We have Think Like a Man. Over the year we've had past year we've had The Best Man, the first one. What's the joint? The Brothers. We've had a lot of these little romantically comedy type movies. And the reason why Hollywood wants to fund those type of movies is they feel, okay, well, we can talk about relationships. That's something universal. Use a black cast, draw in the black audience, shut the black folks up from saying that we don't want to put black films out there, but at the same time grab the white audience. We don't want you guys to learn about your history, or showcasing the different avenues and the things that we deal with within our community. We don't want to hear about your struggles and none of that type of stuff. We just want to make something that's lighthearted, something that everyone can chuckle and cheese about, and it can be successful universally. And a lot of times, people don't really realize that with a lot of these romantic comedies that are coming out. But I think that we need black directors out there like Spike Lee. You look at Spike Lee's catalog, I feel like he's talked about all different avenues and things that we deal with. He touched on interracial dating with Jungle Fever. He touched on racism and police brutality with Do the Right Thing. He touched on relationships with She's Gotta Have It. He's touched on Black Hollywood with Girl 6, and I can go on and on with this. Of course, the epic film Malcolm X, and Bamboozle, and on and on. I'm a big Spike Lee fan. I think he's probably hands down one of the greatest black directors we've ever had, coming our time, because of the way he can depict every lifestyle and put all of our stories out there. Not just the gangster stuff like, the movie, what's the joint? Damn, wrong tip of my tongue. Clockers. With that movie, he showed the street life, and what a lot of our black males out here deal with when they're living in certain environments. He touched on the TV and television production with Bamboozle, and on and on. And then he touched on family, the two-parent household, a black man and a black woman coming together and raising a family. He did that with Crooklyn. So Spike Lee has showed all of our stories. He showed our history. He's done documentaries, and I think that's what we need more from Black Hollywood. We need all of our stories to be told. We need a wide range of artistry put out there to the public. We don't just want to see the romantic comedy, some sucker for love black dude running after some black woman, and then she finds out he's cheating or some shit. The same old plot of just talking about black women or black men in general. We tired of those. We don't need the consistent slavery movie, even though that's part of our history, and I think a lot of our people do need to understand where they come from. But we don't need the abundance of those movies, or the only type of movies being put out to Black Hollywood, or put out into the mainstream. We don't want the coon and buffoon and the Madea, I told you don't do that, Madea, and all that little coon and shit, and black men dressing up in dresses and stuff. We don't need that. We've seen that enough. It's time for us as Black Hollywood to start coming together and creating the type of films that we need to put out there. So when he made that comment, I don't think he fully understands the overall picture of what can come out of a lot of those slavery movies that are being put out to the public. And like I said, I went to go see 12 Years a Slave. I thought it was a great movie, and it really it went deep into what slavery really was, and it was, I would say, it was one of the more realistic type of movies, because we haven't seen a movie like that in a while. A lot of times, white people, they want to water it down, and another thing I noticed with these slavery movies, they always have like the token white person in it that comes to help the black Negro, because Negroes cannot do anything in America without the helping hand of a white person. So I noticed that. We saw that with The Help, Django, even in 12 Years a Slave, you had Brad Pitt. That was the token white guy to help him. Or The Butler, we had the several white guys that would help Forrest Whitaker to try to progress his people forward and everything. So I do notice that, but at the same time, there's a history lesson that's being done within those type of films. But it's just about versatility, and we need that in music, whether it's from R&B, which a lot of people don't talk about, hip-hop. We need it in Black Hollywood, movies, television, and so on and so on. We need all of our stories to be told. Whether you like it or not. I didn't really care for the Cosby Show, to be honest with you. I thought it was a great show. I thought it was something that we needed to see as black folks in this country. But me personally, and it could have been because I couldn't relate to it as much, but that type of show you know, despite what I feel about Bill Cosby, need to be showed on television. Because, you know, we've seen the single parent household and, you know, the black mother raising, you know, her kids alone, the father not being there and them struggling, you know, like the good times. And, you know, we've seen that, but it's time for us to show all of our stories, you know, not just what America tries to stereotype us to be. You know, we need all of our stories out there. The black doctors, the black lawyers, you know, the single parent, the black entrepreneur, the two-parent household. We need all of that showed and depicted within not just music but Hollywood and these movies that we see. But you know, that's basically what I felt about it. You guys can give me your feedback on what you feel about you know, a lot of these black movies that are coming out, and, you know, will it get better in the future? And, you know, I think it can, but it's time for, you know, those big cats out there like you know, Morris Chestnut, you know, Terrence Howard. I got the, you know, the chance to meet, good brother. You know, Denzel, Samuel Jackson, Kimberly Elise, Angela Bassett. It's time for those big cats to start, you know, forcing that all of our stories are put out there. It's time for the directors, you know, Spike Lee, Malcolm Lee, John Singleton, you know, Matty Rich, you know, the Hughes brothers. It's time for those guys to come together and start, and I can't forget Tyler Perry, start putting, you know, those wide range of type of stories out there, so that all of our stories can be told, you know. But you guys give me your feedback. I'm out. Peace.